Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View for the weekend ahead in association with Petzl. Friday's chart first of all, and it's looking a glorious winter's day across the mountains. A ridge of high pressure just moves across us. We'll have very light winds for most places and very clear air and sunshine. So a good day for being on the hills. Terrain is extensively frozen from the valleys and the glens upwards following another hard frost overnight, and those mountains will stay sub-zero all the way through the day. Just watch the strength of a northerly breeze across Pennine areas. That will still feel rather chilly, and eventually the wind turning to the south across western Scotland will pick up the breeze as the afternoon goes on. That's just ahead of the change of the weather pattern that's developing as we roll into the weekend. Fronts that are out over the Atlantic will start to encroach in. There will be a gradual rise of temperature above freezing point as the weekend goes on, but still extensive snow cover to be found for most places throughout the weekend. This is the situation expected first thing on Saturday morning, the lying snow that's on the ground, greatest across northern and northwestern Scotland, but most mountains snowy and icy, so do prepare for that, and it will stay that way throughout Saturday and really throughout Sunday as well across most areas. Just some gradual thawing developing as time is going on, as by this stage temperatures are lifting above freezing. The greatest of the thaw is developing across northwestern parts of Scotland, and gradually into next week that thaw will become somewhat more rapid. To take the weather sequence on into the weekend then, and the clear skies that exist on Friday evening will lead to another widespread frost, but as you can see with the whiter colours on this chart, the cloud is thickening from the Atlantic and that's spilling inwards then across much of Scotland up to dawn. So temperatures may just lift a degree or so, albeit I suspect values are still starting near or below freezing in many glens on Saturday morning. We're seeing a strengthening wind though overnight, and that will get to gale force across many mountains, especially in the west and the northwest for Saturday, where speeds could be over 50 or 60 miles per hour. So a difficult day in prospect across western and northern parts of the Highlands, and some rain coming in too, and that may have some snow just in it for a time as it runs into the colder air mass that still exists, but turning wetter, especially in more western regions. With that will come a lot of low cloud as well, shrouding many hills across western Scotland up to about Skye. Higher cloud bases further north and east, and it might be that there are some breaks in that cloud. Further south across England and Wales, you're still in the colder air, and it's generally a dry and fairly bright day, but some sunshine, maybe rather hazy with the high cloud spilling in. Some fog patches could be around in the valleys early in the day, and temperatures are staying close to freezing point, just lifting a touch as time is going on. Not as windy here, but becoming quite gusty in places. Taking the story onwards through Saturday evening and night into Sunday, and some further fronts just come trailing in across Scotland, and some further rain comes in, and by this stage temperatures are starting to rise somewhat further, so most mountain tops above freezing point during Sunday daytime. A windy day as well, again the risk of gales and some very gusty conditions. The strongest of the wind speeds not necessarily just on the highest summits, some very powerful gusts downslope and through some of the passes, and gusty too for northern England and Wales. Some rain on and off then across much of western Scotland all day, some very murky conditions with low cloud to lower slopes. Drier with higher cloud breaks toward the northeast of the Highlands around the Cairngorms. It could well be that low cloud also shrouds western hills in England and Wales, with some rain again on and off here, drier towards the Pennines. There's a sign of higher pressure building as next week goes on. We'll have more details on that in Friday's Winter Planner, but that is your Fleeting View in association with Petzl.